And welcome to Flexible Games, where we are kicking off a new series in Transport Fever. This one is going to be an Uber production series, a loosely realistic series, but we're mainly going to try to maximize production of the industries and see if we can't get towards that magical 12,800 production limit. So to kick this off, I've got a custom map. So we're going to go to free game, and we're going to do a select map, and we're going to do the Uber production map. If anybody out there would like this map, let me know. It's a very simple map. It's basically a large image that's one color because it's flat, and then the cities are placed on it in a way that is very, very unrealistic. So just a heads up. So we're going to do advanced. Let's go through these here. Ooh, curved stations. I want that. I think I already have my heavy hauling in here. And the heavy hauling mod, again, was made just specifically for this series. Late game heavy freight hauling. So I think we're good. I think this is pretty much where we want to be, and kind of got everything else going. Not really worried about any of the settings down here. This is not geared up to be an aesthetic series. We're just gonna jump into maximum production. We're gonna start in 1950. So this is the first game I've ever started so late. But we're doing that to kind of get to the good stuff faster, because these cities are going to grow, I think, very, very fast. So if we started here, I am hoping that we can get it going. If this process takes a little longer than normal, then I'll cut it out. But all it's basically doing is routing the roads in between the cities and setting up the map to be completely flat. So yeah, there's not a whole lot that needs to be done with that. So you can see we have a very easy setup system. Oh, what happened there? That is an interesting little anomaly. That's kind of cool, actually. I'm gonna try to leave that there. Interesting. Must be something to do with the pixels on the image. So here is the basic layout. We have the hub city. We have westy, far west going this way. And then we have eastish and far east on this side. And then we go north. Oh, there's north, and then there's a south. Okay, so we can connect directly up. And then I have 4 cities named after Patreons. So there's my nominate city, there's the Trist Titan city, and here down here is the Gastonard city and the Bituminous Bear city. So everything is set up. So obviously we're gonna pause it because we don't want too much happening. Their cities are already responding to the simulation, so we want to cut that off as much as possible. So we've got $30 million to spend, and if we look at the layout of the cities, you can see there's a lot of industrial and commercial down in here, and so we're going to want to connect that up naturally with the residential that's here in south. Yeah, I'm not 100% creative with my city names. I sat there looking at the map and think, okay, do I want to be cute and creative or just get this done? And so I opted for just getting it done. But in this way here, because I have these 2 cities coming off in these directions, I can actually create, one path that goes and then goes off in this direction, and then one path that comes down and then goes off in this direction. And that way I can create 2 lines, and also connect these cities up with the next level out. Because we're going to need a lot more cities to be very, very large in order to meet production, I need at least 4 cities that have extremely high demand for materials in order to get that production limit up there. So first, we're going to try to do passenger stations, and these are going to be terminal. We're going to try... I don't really need the 320. But the 320 would definitely help spread out the demand. So we're going to go full 6, I think, on these. So a really long station. If we look at this, I mean, there's a limit to how much is covered. And I want to cover as much of the city as I can. So let's see how we're going to do this. I think this one is going to be right in here. Because how do we have this go? This goes residential over there. It would be perfect for this. So we're going to have a station, I think, right in here. We're going to snuggle this one right up to the development. A little bit further away. Okay, do I want 320? That's a long station. I don't think I need a station that big. So we're going to snuggle this one right up into here. I'm going to try to build as many of these as I can before I kick off the game. Okay, and so over here, we're going to want... I'm going to flip this baby around. Let's take out these. Okay, so we're going to try to snuggle this one up also right in here. Unfortunately, there's a lot of buildings in here that I don't really want to destroy just yet. But yeah, that would work. Would also work down here because we're connecting. I'm going to connect it up here. We'll see how the city develops. I don't want to get too close. I want to give a little bit of room for all of that stuff to grow and develop. So we're going to build her right in here. Now going north, we have all of this residential right here. So hooking up with this commercial and industrial would be perfect. And I have a feeling that I'm going to punch through this city with track to go one way going up here and the other way going up here. So each one of these north and south, we're probably going to end up destroying quite a bit of the city to get through it. And so we have a bunch of residential here. I would love to bring some of this residential across this line and bring it down here. So, oops, let's go to here. Swing this around. And this, well, that's commercial and industrial. I think we're able to figure this out here. A little bit further away. Give ourselves a little space. And again, this playthrough is just to try to maximize our production. And we're not really concerned with how realistic stuff is at the moment. So this is going to be a huge residential block. So I want to make sure we are connected right into this commercial and industrial up there. Eventually, anyway. So we're going to try to offset this a little bit up here. Leave a little room in between all of the city so we can build a little bus network in here. Because we're also going to want, I mean, this hub city is going to be massive. Massive when all is said and done. Okay, so let's bring this out. We're going to do now throughways. And these should have the second street connection. They do. So over here, we're going to want a through right in here. And we're going to put it... I would love to have the money to start destroying buildings, because we're in this very early stage of the game. I'm not going to concern myself too much with destroying buildings inside of a city. The only thing you want to avoid is the destruction of every single building. If you destroy every single building in a city, it will never recover. It will be destroyed, and it will never come back. Never ever. So that is one unfortunate side effect of, mass destruction there. Okay, I would love to put this closer to right here. I would love to put it right there. So can I make that work? Oh, I almost could. Sorry. But in this stage of the game, we've got to cover as much as we can. Okay. So we're going to put this here. And then connect that back up. I'm just going to destroy that and that for no real reason other than getting it away from the whole setup. So we're just going to plan on this to expand there, and we will need to worry about, either overpasses or underpasses or something a little later on. But again, we're not too concerned with destruction at the moment, because the cities right now will bounce back. They will bounce back, and they will do it pretty fast. Okay, so I just want to get a couple things laid out here. Okay, and now a terminal station. See, we've got this connected, and this is actually connected pretty nicely. And so we've got a nice residential station over here that we can actually poke right into. So this whole neighborhood over here would be a great growth opportunity for that. Okay, so not sure how I'm going to do north and south yet. So let's head east and get the through station. So we are on the bottom here. Okay, so we have a pretty good residential area here. I think, again, we're just going to cut through the city. This is going to be a central thing in this playthrough, is I'm just going to not concern myself too much. We're going to want side streets coming off of that. So I'm going to put this right here. Connect that up. And we're going to try to connect this to one side and this to the other. There we go. And then this to one side. And this to the other. Okay. And again, we're going to need to figure out a way. A bridge won't work just because the distance isn't long enough. It's not far enough through there. So I'm just going to plan on gridding a little bit of this out early game to give some incentive to the city to build or rebuild itself back up there. And see, we're plugged right into the commercial and industrial area. So coming into this residential area is perfect. Okay, let's flip this back around and plan on a good setup right in here. Again, I would love to put it like right smack in the middle of town, but we've got to kind of mitigate a little bit of our money because we still need to build some trains. Okay, so we have east and west ready to go. The north setup, that is a little trickier. But as far as roads here are concerned, I want this one coming across, this one coming down. Let's connect them all up before the game barks at me, because it'll bark at me. So we want this one to come straight down here, straight over here. I'm just going to extend this out, try to get as squared off as I can, sort of like that. Oh, there we go. This one I want to bring out. It's nice that it sort of snaps. Whoa. It sort of snaps now straight, which is nice. Okay, now this one goes up. See, you can see it kind of snap like that. That's a very nice feature. I just wish it was a little bit more intuitive on the inside here. Okay, so this inside segment is going to be a little tricky just because this is going to gut this city. And it's going to be a little painful. It's a little painful to do this right now. Okay. Because you don't want to destroy the entire city, and that is really not the pattern I want to be showing in any sort of way, shape, or form. So we're just gonna say, I'm sorry, this city, but you guys are not the priority right now. So this needs to come out, and let's build this straight down. Connect that up. So, let's try to be a little... This is the hub city. This is a very important city, and we want this city to be as pristinely ready and laid out as possible to be as big as possible and to allow us to deliver as many materials as humanly possible to this place. So it's going to be a tough go for a little while. Okay, well, let's kind of use the map. And I'm not going to use the big bus terminals. I'm going to use just the street side bus terminals to move people around in the city. Because the street side bus terminals just take up too much space for this sort of design. So in here you can see there's not a whole lot of room and development that's going to go in. All of these hit the very center, and so the center will be really geared for maximum growth. And unfortunately, I didn't leave myself a whole lot of room. But you can see there's also overlap. So this gets these buildings in here. So does this one. And then over here. And then over here. So there's a lot of overlap between these, which is good. And so let's get our first. Look at that. I want to go right in through here. Let's get our first setup here. And of course, we're going to start with the very end. And we're going to use the middle line as well as the middle line here. And then the middle line coming out. Because I want to leave plenty of opportunity to bring in cargo on these lines. Okay, so let's split that out. We're going to double track it. And because we used this left side, we need to actually bring out the double track on this side. But it leaves plenty of room to bring another track in, so I'm not too concerned with that. Because this double track is going to go right into... Come on, where's the city? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, so this double track's going to go right into there. And then it's going to come out and connect right up to this one eventually. Let's speed that up a little bit. There we go. So again, this one's gonna have to split and come out. Give ourselves a nice graceful curve there. Okay, this one isn't plugged in yet, so let's get some action going on here. And then bring this out. Actually, I want this one to be gone, that to be gone. Okay, that is a little bit better. Oh, okay. I could actually get squeeze a little bit more out of there. A little bit more. I'm trying to make this as ideal as possible is not easy because of kind of the unwieldy nature of all of these stations. So trying to get these cities to behave is a little tough. Okay, so the last part is just a couple signals on this track. Not too many. We're only going to have a couple trains on it because eventually, actually more sooner rather than later, we're going to have some flirts on here. And it's going to be pretty epic. So just merge this in, maybe one more in between here. They don't cost much, and they allow the flow of people pretty smoothly. Okay. Well, we have our first line ready to go. I want to get as much of this built and ready as possible before I kick off the time and get it simulating again, because it's going to react really fast. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.